Last time we have seen the radicals, positive radicals and negative radicals, in which monovalent, divalent and trivalent also we have seen. And we also seen that positive radicals and negative radicals come together, combine together. They come in fixed proportion and they form the compounds. So we have seen how to write compounds, how to read compounds, then how to write chemical reactions. Today we will see the types of chemical reactions. There are different types of chemical reactions such as combination, decomposition, displacement reaction, double decomposition, even neutralization reaction, exothermic, endothermic, oxidation reduction. Like this, different types of chemical reactions are there. But all these chemical reactions are classified into four main reactions: combination, decomposition, displacement, and double displacement or double decomposition. So today we will see all these one by one. So first we will take combination reaction. What do you mean by combination? When two or more compounds or elements come together to form one compound, then it is called combination. So here, for example, A is a positive radical, suppose, and B is a negative radical. So they come together to form one compound AB. For example, let us take one example. Here, ammonia gas and hydrochloric acid. Ammonia gas is a gas. If you take a glass rod and dip in hydrochloric acid and put over a jar containing ammonia gas, you will find the white fumes will come out, and these white fumes are ammonium chloride. So it is, so ammonium plus HCl, we get ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. Now see here NH3 plus H, so total H will be 4, so NH4Cl. So it is NH4Cl, so you get one compound and it is called ammonium chloride. In Marathi we call it Navsagar. Navsagar. You must have heard this name. So this is ammonium chloride. Similarly, if you take a magnesium wire and burnt in air, you get magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is a one compound. See, from these two you get one compound. Here we have to balance the equation. Here magnesium is 1, here also magnesium is 1. But we know oxygen is found in molecular state, O2, not only oxygen. I mean not in atomic state, but molecular state. So here O2 is there, but you cannot write it O2 because by writing here O2, you can change its valency. So valency cannot be changed, and that's why we have to write here. Here too we have to write as a coefficient, so that oxygen will be 2. But at the same time, we will find that number of atoms of magnesium also increase by 2, and therefore while balancing you write here 2. Now next we will take calcium oxide. Calcium oxide, it is called chuna that we bring for plaster. This is called calcium oxide. When calcium oxide is dissolved in water, or when water is poured over calcium oxide, you get calcium hydroxide. COH twice. This is called quicklime, this is called slackline. So you get calcium hydroxide, you get one compound. Now let's see whether it is balanced. So calcium 1, here also calcium 1. Oxygen 1 and 1, 2 are there. So here 2 oxygen and 2 hydrogen. So it is called calcium hydroxide. Actually it is exothermic reaction because a large amount of heat is liberated when this reaction takes place. Heat is liberated, and that's why it is called exothermic. If you take a coal and burn it in air, you get carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. If you take hydrogen and burn it in air, you know that hydrogen burns in air with oxygen, and you get water. Water is formed. So hydrogen and oxygen, from hydrogen and oxygen you get water. Here oxygen is 2. So let us balance this now. Oxygen 2. So here oxygen 1. So let us write it 2. But while balancing oxygen, we will find the number of hydrogen also increased by 2. So write here 2. And therefore these are the reactions for combinations. You will find that in combination, 2 or more than 2 compounds or elements come together to form one compound. So this is called combination. The next type of chemical reaction is a decomposition. अच्छा, decompose means from one compound you get on heating or by electrolysis you get two compounds. For example, if you take sugar in a spoon and heat it strongly, you will find the vapors come out and the sugar get charred. That is, from sugar you will find carbon you will get and water is evaporated, because sugar is made of carbon and water. You will find hydrogen and oxygen are in the ratio 2:1. Your hydrogen is 22 and oxygen 11. So ratio is 2:1. So 2:1. So your water is formed, but it is not balanced. So you will find the carbon 12. So your 12 carbon is there, but oxygen 11 is there. So you write 11 oxygen. So we know that sugar on heating gets charred because carbon is left behind. So this is the thermal reaction, because on giving heat it decomposes. At the same time, calcium carbonate, it is called chunkhadi in Marathi, it is called chunkhadi. On heating strongly, you get calcium oxide and carbon dioxide is liberated. So this is balance. Again, water if electrolyzed water, then you find that hydrogen is positive. So at cathode, hydrogen is deposited in a test tube, and oxygen at anode. Two gases are formed. So water, if electric current is passed through water, then it decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen. So from one we get two gases. So it is called decomposition. Now let us balance this. Here hydrogen 2 and 2 4. So 4 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. It is balanced. Now next, silver chloride. Now silver chloride is very sensitive to sunlight. In presence of sunlight, it decomposes, and thus it is called photolysis. So in presence of sunlight, silver chloride and silver bromide both decompose. You get silver and chlorine gas. Here also silver and bromine gas. So let's balance this. Write it 2, here also 2. In this way it is balanced. So you find there are many other reactions also, but we have studied only 5 reactions here as a decomposition. So you find that from one compound you get two compounds. Sometimes 2 or more compounds also you get. If you take suppose one more reaction, sodium bicarbonate, on heating you get sodium carbonate plus water plus carbon dioxide. So sodium bicarbonate on heating, you get sodium carbonate, water and carbon dioxide. So in this way this is called, here 2 will come, H2, here 2 will come, here 2 will come. Achha, this is called, you find the 3 compounds are formed. So this is known as decomposition. You study this. Let us go to the next one now. Pause. Achha, the third type of reaction is the displacement reaction. Achha, in displacement reaction, suppose A and B is a compound made of 2 radicals, A positive and B negative. Here C is one more radical is there. So here C displaces A. You will find in the reaction C displaces A. That means C takes the place of A, and you find the compound CB is formed and A is displaced. So this is called displacement reaction. Here the bonds between A and B are broken, and new bonds between C and B are formed here, and A is displaced. So this type of reaction you will find the displacement reaction. So displacement reaction, reactant side, this is called reactant side. There are 2 compounds, and the product side also 2 compounds. The number of compounds remains same, but the place of one is taken by the other. Now let us take the examples. For example, copper sulfate and iron. If you take copper sulfate solution in a beaker, and if you put iron rod or iron nail in this, you find after some times the iron nail, the part which is immersed in copper sulfate, has turned reddish in color. That means here copper sulfate and iron, we know the iron is more reactive than copper, and that's why it takes the place of copper. So copper is displaced by iron, and you find the iron sulfate or ferrous sulfate is formed, and copper is displaced. And this displaced copper will be deposited on the outer part of this nail, and you find the nail has turned reddish in color like copper. So this is called the displacement reaction. Same way here also copper sulfate and zinc. We know that in the reactivity series, zinc is more reactive than copper, and that's why zinc displaces copper to form zinc sulfate, and copper is displaced. And that's why since copper displaced, it is shown by downward arrow. At the same time, we can give the number of reactions, but here I have taken only 4 reactions. You keep in mind. One more reaction is there, zinc and hydrochloric acid. So hydrochloric acid reacts with zinc, and you get zinc chloride, and hydrogen gas is liberated. So here zinc chloride, but zinc has two valency, chlorine has one valency, and so ZnCl2 is formed, ZnCl2. Now we have to balance here. Now how to balance? Here chlorine is 2, so write it 2, chlorine 2. So chlorine is 2, so hydrogen also will be 2, so it is balanced. Hydrogen there also 2. Same we will find that zinc and sulfuric acid reacts with zinc to form zinc sulfate. So in this reaction you will find that zinc has displaced hydrogen. So zinc sulfate is formed, and hydrogen is displaced by zinc, and hydrogen gas is liberated. So these are the 4 reactions for displacement reaction. Copy this and let's go to the next one, double displacement or double decomposition. Now the 4th type of reaction is double displacement reaction, or also called double decomposition. In this you'll find the 2 compounds are there. In first, let us take AB is a compound. Here A is positive radical, B negative radical. CD is another compound in which C is positive radical, D is negative radical. You will find that exchange takes place, that A positive combines with D negative of other side, and C positive combines with D negative, and you will find that CB and AD, these 2 compounds are formed. Now here we write positive first and then negative. Keep in mind the positive first and then negative. So here AB and CD, you get CB and AD, these 2 compounds. So for example, if we take sodium chloride and silver nitrate, the sodium chloride is our common salt, and silver nitrate solution added, you get sodium nitrate and silver chloride. Now here it is already balanced. So here sodium we know positive, chlorine negative, sodium positive, chlorine negative, silver positive, nitrate negative. You find the chart I have given. That in chart you will find that this to positive, this to negative. So sodium positive reacts with nitrate negative to form sodium nitrate, and silver with chlorine to form silver chloride. At the same time, if we take barium chloride and sodium sulfate, so barium positive, and barium is 2 positive charge, chlorine 1, sodium 1 and sulfate 2. So you get barium sulfate is a white precipitate. Barium sulfate is a white precipitate, and common salt is formed. This is precipitate, it is precipitated, it doesn't dissolve in water. So you get barium sulfate and sodium chloride. Now let us balance this here. Here chlorine 2 and sodium also 2, both 2 are there. So let us write a common 2. Next one, this is called potassium chromate. So chromate has 2 negative valency, potassium 1 valency, and that's why potassium 2 is there, because it has one charge, and that's why, and it has 2 charges, and that's why to balance these 2 charges with 1 charge, potassium needs 1 more atom. So here 2 atoms are there of potassium. Here barium has 2 positive valency and sulfate 2 negative valency. So again you will find that potassium sulfate is formed, potassium sulfate and barium chromate. So these 2 compounds are formed. So these are the examples of double displacement reaction.